Hello everybody, my name is Alistair Dragovic. Here we are again with Master Duel. I have no idea if just doing Duel live while I jabber is actually, a good thought or not, but it's what I have. It gives me time to ramble and think and stuff without actually having to, pay deep attention. Ugh, Blackwings, huh? Man, I faced these and that just hurts. So yeah, I'm mostly doing this because I have no idea what to do for Wednesday, the day I'm recording this. So I thought I'd, start out with something simple, just some stream of consciousness, unscripted jabbering, and oh my god, Baron Deflor! That monster just haunts my nightmares. It's crazy. Oh, there goes that Nibiru, dang. I guess I am paying a bit more attention to this one. I don't really have any concrete ideas on what to say. Last time I had, something very clear on my mind. But this time, not so much. Wow. Yeah. Maybe I should have gotten some water before I did this video. I'll definitely be getting some after this video for all those who care about hydration. Ooh. I don't really know a whole lot about the Blackwing archetype, despite the fact that they just sort of stomped me like real hard. Yeesh. That's a full wipe if it can stay on the field. Ah, look, Kaiju's. Oh, okay. So the Kaiju system was just to get Galaxy Eyes Cypher out to get some Cypher X. I'm surprised they didn't go for Baron Deflor. That thing has just been a bane to my existence and a thorn in my side. Oh, I see. Sky Thunder Zeus. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This turned around right quick. Ooh. Yeah. It's crazy. One of my friends called Yugioh Rocket Tag. And honestly, in its current incarnation, that's true. And that is kind of fun. Just things come out real fast, things get destroyed real fast. It's just a wild time all around. Hang on, I gotta click on. Oh my goodness, it's an adorable pupper. I wish I knew where to get it. And then there's the guy who stands at attention. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess one can do something cool. Ah, goodness. I admit I like the pals. They can be very cute. Wow. Blackwings got stomped. So yeah, that was me, getting myself 5 gems. Oh well. I never showed off my decks and stuff. Yeah, I think, like... yeah. Duelist Cup was one of my own inventions, but Champion Hope and Evolving Blue Eyes, event stuff. They were decks that I kind of like, oh, hey, I like the vibe of this jam. The vibe of this jam. I did say this was going to be Stream of Consciousness. I just never gave a warning about my Stream of Consciousness being, you know, competent. Oh, cumbersome yet impenetrable shield. Yeah, okay, that's another structure deck that I seem to have copied. Sky Striker's incomplete. I was getting Sky Striker cards back a while back and was trying to make a deck with them. I don't know if I've ever actually refined it or not. Anu, I think, is based off of Sky Strikers. Like, let's check it out. Yeah, Anu is also a Sky Strikers deck. Basically starting over from Brass Tacks, I think. I like filling out the extra deck. Gives me a bit of buffer and leeway. I also, you notice, it's pretty clear that I, work very much within the archetype. Just how I enjoy the game, really. I'm not trying to build an FTK engine or anything. Oh. I just realized I have 30, ultra rare CP. So, as you can see, I have a lot of 3 copies. Probably not like super a lot compared to some people's collections, but basically I have a very strong collector streak, and so it helps keep me focused and enjoying the game. To have something to work towards. So naturally, max copies of all the cards is what my brain latches onto. Even if I don't necessarily need them. Like, Therion, irregular. I don't even run Therians. Again, I'm seriously considering that. But there are quite a few staples, ultra rare staples that I do not have even 0 copies of. Wow, I have a lot of 1 copies. Okay. Oh, and I don't have max copies of Max C. You know what? Let's grab that. Yeah. I'm very much a collector at heart. Let's see how far down I get on this list. But by the time, you know. Just, how many do I have even 1 copy of, yeah? Okay, so we're right about in here. So I would say that's roughly a 4th. Maybe somewhere between a 4th and a 3rd. I'm not very good at guesstimations here. But, you know, it is what it is. Unstoppable savage that carries Millennium items. Okay. Sure. Okay. Oh, Wing Weaver. I haven't made a deck, but pretty much I've always wanted to make a fairy deck, you know, based around. I mentioned this in my last video where I had Master Duel up in the background, but I wanted to make a religiously themed deck, without of my Christian religion. But the only ones that I can really think of off the top of my head that are very prominent involve. Let's see here. Do I have? Oh, I have some of the frigging Albaz. I wasn't expecting that. Wasn't even thinking about them. Ah, yeah, the Fallen Angel archetypes. Yeah. which is, or they're, angels to different deities. And that's kind of frustrating. I also wanted to make, a deck involving the creator work. The creator incarnate, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Unfortunately, they're not super good. Like, okay, I can special summon the creator from my hand if I tribute it. Fine, okay. Once per turn, I can target one card, monster in the graveyard, send one card from your hand to the grave, and if you do, special summon that target. I suppose that's a good graveyard shuffler. Just for recycling, but it'd have to be in like a thunder deck or in a light themed deck in order for it to have good synergies. And in order to even get the creator out, I have to special summon it either from my hand, from my deck, or tribute summon, probably with the creator incarnate. Since I'm already thinking of putting the creator incarnate in there anyway. But of course that causes diversity issues since it's a warrior light and not thunder light. I'd probably have better success trying to recreate one of my remove from play decks. Anyway, structure decks. Like I said, I'm a collector. And collecting multiple copies of the structure decks, like Burning Spirits, just got 3 copies. Gives me 3 copies of at least of roughly 45 cards, which honestly pretty great. It means I can then recycle any extras that I get from here on out, into CP and use that CP to get 3 copies, so that any extras that I get beyond 3 copies can be recycled, and you can kind of see where my thought processes go. That being said, of all these extra decks, the only ones I really seem to have fallen in love with are the Dragon Maids. And again, I mostly stay within archetype. I have splashed in Max C. Oh, excuse me. Infinite Impermanence, Solemn Judgment, Ash Blossom, standard hand traps and deck staples. I really would like some better extra deck cards for such a dragon-centric thing. I'm not very good at the game, though. It's taken me forever to learn how to work with these cards just to get Yugioh out more reliably. It's very silly. So I'm not surprised that even though this is in a lot of those, I'm still not very good with Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. Like, I think that's a common staple for Dragon Maid decks, but for one, I think those decks are a lot more heavily customized and use a lot more out-of-archetype stuff. And for another, I keep wanting to try to use this just one copy and have it sacrifice itself, but every time I try, it doesn't work. So I'm like, what's the point? Because the cost for its quick effect is I tribute a monster from the hand or field and return one face-up card on the field to the hand. Which obviously has a lot of good use cases, especially if you're going up against somebody who wants their cards in the graveyard and has to just forcing them to use up their summons and their card effects just to bring something out again, you know, obviously a strategy to do. If this card is tributed, special summon one dragon monster from your hand or deck and make its attack defense 0. I really want to use that effect because that would allow me to, you know, bring out Nurse Dragon Maid, which brings out something from the graveyard, like, say, Parlor, which allows me to dunk, say, Dragon Maid Changeover into the graveyard, which allows me to use Dragon Maid Changeover's ability to pull one of the cards back, like maybe Nurse Dragon Maid if I accidentally set Nurse Dragon Maid into offense mode. And there's all sorts of fun combinations that can come from bouncing things to and from the graveyard in the Dragon Maid's decks. That's really actually my appeal. A lot of decks, you know, it's a common feature to want to dunk stuff into the graveyard and then use their effects from the graveyard, or use effects of things to pull from it. But I've never really been good at juggling any of that, except for the Dragon Maids. For some reason, the Dragon Maids just click. I think it's because the cards you want to you basically, you want to get the dragon forms into the graveyard, because then you can use, when it comes to the battle phase, you can switch out from, say, Laundry into Nude Jarl or Airness. And then when the battle phase is over, they will allow you to special summon your Nurse or Laundry back. And then I can just reuse these for things like Dragon Maid Changeover to bring out Yugioh. I don't know, there's just something about the Dragon Maids that really clicks with my brain and makes it very intuitive. Maybe if I worked with other deck archetypes a lot more, maybe I would be able to better understand those. And thus get better synergies going. It's hard to say. So, aside from Dragon Maid staples, I do have Harpy's Feather Duster too, because one of the biggest weaknesses of Dragon Maids, vanilla, is having no back row removals. Like, the closest you get is Dragon Maid Downtime, which allows you to return an opponent's spell or trap to their hand, which, if you're trying to stop them from doing stuff on their turn, isn't that useful. And if you're trying to get them to stop targeting something on your side of the field, well, you're not only losing a defensive card that can bring out one of the dragon forms of the Dragon Maids, but you're also might as well just be grabbing something from your deck while you're at it. So, back row removal, really important. Harpy's Feather Duster is really good at that. Yugioh's is good too, but, you know, but anyone who's played with Dragon Maids knows that once you use Yugioh's ability, you get shunted to House Dragon Maid. And House Dragon Maid isn't bad, but House Dragon Maid has no back row removal. So, yeah. If I had a more full collection of cards and maybe a more cohesive understanding of what options I have available, I might be able to do some more stuff with that. But then again, I don't even have, like, the Fallen of Albaz engine in here, or even any plans for one-turn kills other than trying to go for Yugioh and multiple of the Dragon-made dragon forms. Probably with a boost from one of my 3 Dragon-made welcomes. Normally you don't want, like, more than one copy of each continuous spell because you want to be able to play stuff. And still have room for, like, traps, like Infinite Impermanence. Or Solemn Judgment. But, honestly, I found having Dragon-made welcomes, multiple copies of Dragon-made welcomes, to be very useful in terms of being able to get it pretty early on, and also just having... It's 100 attack and defense for each Dragon Maid I control. So just having 2 means that all the Dragon Maids get 200 points. Having 3 copies of the Dragon Maids means they get 600 points. So if you manage to get something like a full field of 6, that's 1800 to boost. And that's before you start messing with stuff like Tinkek Sacrifice. Or Tinkek Discarded. And, you know, stuff's just kind of fun. And that's really why I play this game. It's just to have fun. It's not to be a super efficient win machine. And I just find the idea of the pseudo-transformations of just going from Nurse into Ernest back into Nurse again just really fun. It's a really bouncy thing. Just to bounce it from field to hand to field to hand to graveyard to hand, field to hand. It's just really fun. Yeah. So, I guess this is my first proper, Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Because I've actually talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! While playing Master Duel. And I've even gotten into, like, you know, Cybermath. Okay, there's not much to talk about with Cybermath. Again, mostly within Archetype. You're wanting to get Sigmas out to act as a tuner, along with Addition, in order to get stuff like Mathmech Magma, or Prime Mathmech Laplacian, or Prime Mathmech Alembertian. I don't know if I'm pronouncing those correctly. And then do things like use Mathmech Billion Blade, or the various special abilities to use multiplication and division to mess with numbers really hard. It is what it is, you know? It is how it is. You know, now that I have 2 Max C's, thinking maybe I could just toss 1 Ash Blossom and let's see here. Mathematics with different names. That's pretty easy, but it's again, these are traps, so maybe I could toss 1 induction to get another Max C for more draw power. And you know, if that's a bad decision, it's a bad decision. Honestly, staying so firmly within Archetype is mostly a bad decision if you want to be competitive. What is my starting deck? I keep forgetting what all is in this thing. Oh, it's literally the starting deck. Oh, I think it's the starting deck unaltered because I like having a copy of that sort of stuff for, you know, sentimental reasons. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'm mostly a collector, mostly just, you know, playing with Yu-Gi-Oh! For the fun archetypes and stuff. But I do want to, you know, find some success here. I know I'm gonna find more. I'd find more success in Yu-Gi-Oh! Than I would in YouTube, that's for sure. Plus, there are some other archetypes that look pretty interesting and like they'd be a lot of fun. I don't know, yeah. Anyway, I don't like going past the 30-minute mark, so, I'm just gonna end my video off here. Thank you all for watching, and see you all later.